So let me tell you how to find these areas here. So question number 1 and 2, these were simple circles here. Okay. So in these two questions, let me tell you again, the area would be, since your radius is 5 here, है ना? So this is going to be pi into 5 square. So this is 25 pi, and then you can use your calculator. Similarly, the circumference, that would be 2 pi r. So that is 10 pi. Okay? Achha, if you move on to this third question over here, if you find the area of this shape, so you see that this is basically, if I call this shape A and then this is the shape B, shape A is the rectangle and the shape B is a semicircle over here, है ना? तो फिर this would be, एक minute, let me cover this. अच्छा, so this area is going to be, you see, in this mensuration, you have to go by planning. So you make a plan, how would you be finding all this area? So that is basically area of the rectangle, okay, which is A, plus area of the semicircle, that is B over here, है ना? So area of the rectangle plus area of the semicircle, okay? So rectangle's area is, you have, now look at this, how to get to the length and the width. Now, if this is 8 over here, can I say the diameter of this semicircle is also 8, है ना? So this makes the radius to be 4 over here. This is 4. So this much is going to be 4 as well. So this width would be 3 over here, है ना? So area of rectangle would be 3 times 8 plus you have half of this pi r square, that is 4 square. So this is 24 plus 16 over 2, that is 8 pi. And then you can use your calculator and you can give your answer correct to 3 decimal places, 3 significant figures. Okay? Give it a try, bacho. If you look at this fourth question now, so if you just draw a line here, a dotted line maybe, okay? So this means that if all of this is 9, then this opposite side should also be 9. So this is going to be 4 over here. That means the radius is going to be 2. The radius is 2. Okay? So now this area over here is going to be, area is, rectangle's area is going to be 3 times 9 plus the area of the semicircle. That is, always write half pi r square. Okay, that is 27 plus 2 pi. And if you have to find the perimeter would be 9 plus 3 plus 5 and this 3 over here, and this half the circumference, है ना? The total perimeter would be 3, this one, plus 9, this one, then plus 3, this one, then plus 5, and then plus half the circumference. So you can use half of pi d or half of 2 pi r. So 2 pi and r is 2 with you. So we have the perimeter to be 20, and 20 plus 2 pi. And you have to put this in your calculator to find its value. Okay, try this fifth question now. When we try to find the area and the perimeter of this fifth diagram, so again, you need to look at this very closely and see that what kind of the combination of shapes we have. So this is 4. So this means this small semicircle has a radius 2 over here. This is the radius 2 over here. And these two small semicircles, that they will make up one circle. Similarly, this circle at the top here, which is again a semicircle, so its radius is going to be 6 over here. Okay, this radius is 6. So two semicircles with the radius 6, that makes one circle. Okay, so when you have to find the area over here, so that would be pi r square, that is for the smaller square. Then you have pi 6 square, that is for the bigger circle. And then you have 4 times 12, that is the rectangle. So this way, this is 4 pi plus 36 pi plus 48. So good students always learn how to write the values in exact form and then using the calculator at the very end. So this is going to be 40 pi plus 48, and you can write, if there is a unit given, let's say this is centimeter, so you can write this as centimeter square. And then you look at the perimeter part. When you have to find the perimeter, so we don't need to consider the rectangle now, okay? Because that is inside. Perimeter is the measure of the outer boundary here. So this is going to be the half C of the bigger circle, half C of the bigger circle. Let me write it as half C1 for the smaller circle, okay? So this makes, this completes a circumference for both the circles. So let me write it as C1 plus C. So the smaller circle's radius is 2. So this is 2 pi into 2. 2 pi r we are basically using. And then for the bigger circle, this is going to be 2 pi and its radius is 6. Okay, this is 4 pi plus 12 pi. So that is 16 pi units or centimeters. That is your circumference here. Okay. Okay, now in this sixth question, um, you have to think how to, uh, like, what kind of shape this is. Is this a, because we have learned so far finding the areas of rectangles and the squares and then areas of circles. So uh, if you focus on the quadrant of a circle, guys, the quadrant of a circle has a shape like this. Let me draw it like this. It's a shape like this, okay? So these are, if I use a proper color here, so this can be one of the quadrants, okay? Like this. And then this is another quadrant over here, okay? And this one is another quadrant over here. So altogether, you people get a square over here, है ना? There is a square. So if I draw this more accurately, oh, sorry. Mm, let me erase this part from here. This looks a bit of teda meda. Okay. Uh, let me use these lines here. Something like this. Something like this. Okay. So I have tried to draw this as accurately as possible. So you see that you obtain a square of the side 7. Okay. And then there is the unshaded part is those 4. So you have to take out these parts from the whole square. So you will get that shaded area, है ना? So guys, the required area would be area of the square, that is 7 square. And then minus, there are 4 quadrants and all of them have a radius which is going to be 3.5. You see, this is 3.5, this is 3.5, this one is 3.5. Okay, so 4 times uh, area of a circle is pi r square. Area of a semicircle is half pi r square. And then area of a quadrant is going to be quarter pi r square. So it's 4 times quarter of pi into 3.5 square. So you simplify this. So you have 49 minus, I think that is 12.25 pi. So that is the area of this shaded part. And again, if you have been convinced that these were 4 quadrants here, so each of these arcs is representing quarter of a circumference. Hai. So the perimeter would be, now I need to delete all of this because we have to find this, the perimeter. So this is 4 times the quarter of the circumference. Okay, so that makes a whole circumference, that is 2 into pi into 3.5. So that is 7 pi. That is the um, circumference of this given shape in the sixth question. I hope you understood it. Okay, now you try these questions here, 7, 8 and 9. Chale, try them. Now I'll be, instead of solving them, I'll just be giving you clues so that you can find these areas. Okay. You will be able to find the area in this seventh question. Okay, because you know this is a semicircle, this is semicircle, this is semicircle. All of them are same. Okay, so this is basically one complete circle and a half. So you can say this is going to be one and a half, 1.5 times area of a circle. And you know that the diameter is 2, so the radius is going to be 1 here, okay? So the area of these circular parts is going to be just 1.5. And then you have a triangle inside it. So that is an equilateral triangle. So there is a formula for finding the area of such triangles, but since we haven't covered that so far, so guys, you have done the Pythagoras theorem and the trigonometrical ratios. If you draw a perpendicular here, so if this side is 2, this angle is 60 degrees, you can easily find this h over here. And you know that this is 2 as well. Hai na? So this is going to be sine 60, that is going to be h over 2. So your height is going to be 2 sine 60. So this way you can find the area of this triangle, that is going to be half into this base is 2 and the height is 2 sine 60. Okay, so don't use the calculators yet. So this is going to be 2 sine 60. So the total area over here is going to be 1.5 times pi into 1 square plus 2 sine 60. Okay, and now you can use your calculators to find this area. So that is the area in this seventh question. Okay, and when you have to find the perimeter, again, there is no need to be worried about adding all the sides of the triangle. The perimeter is basically the measure of the outer boundary. So these are all three congruent same semicircles. So this is going to be 1.5 times their whole circumference. That is going to be 2 pi r. So this is going to be 1.5 into 2 into pi into 1. So this is 3 pi units. That is the total perimeter for this seventh question. Okay, I'll be telling you quickly about this eighth and ninth, and then you can try these yourself.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
सर ये जो सेवन्थ क्वेश्चन है उसके अंदर जो ट्रायंगल है उसका 2 sin 60 तो isn't it just its height तो
Yeah.
हमें तो उसका एरिया नहीं निकालना तो हम उसको सिर्फ 2 sin 60 से क्यों ऐड करेंगे
Nee, beta, this is this 2 sine 60 is the height of this triangle, na? And we know the base already, that is 2. So this is going to be half into base into height, na? Area is half into base into height.
यस
So
सर
half into the base is 2 and the height is 2 sine 60. So when you cancel this out, you're left with 2 sine 60. So the area of the triangle is 2 sine 60. Okay? You still have to find this
यस
with the calculator, 2 sine 60. That will be, I
यस
think,
सर
under root 3.
यस सर 1.73
हाँ,
isn't
ठीक है ना? So
it
that
थैंक यू
that
सर
is how you get that. I'm just leaving that calculator part up to you people. Acha, look at this question number 8. Now, when you have to find the area, you see that there is a semicircle which is like out of this bigger semicircle. So if you pick this semicircle and you put it here, you will have a complete semicircle. Okay, so that is how you can find the area. Okay, and then I hope you get it. So area is going to be simply half into pi into r square. R is 4. That is the area of this. Okay? And when you have to find the perimeter, so perimeter is going to be all of this half the circumference. So let me use C1 for this. And then this is half C1, this arc over here. It is same as this half C1, okay? So altogether, the perimeter would be half of the bigger circumference, okay? And plus, this is going to be, this is half C1 here, okay? So this is going to be, I'm writing C1 for this as well. This is basically C2. So plus complete C2. So that is 2 pi, its radius is 4, and the radius 4 into half, okay? Half into 2 pi into this 4, and then plus the complete circumference, that is going to be 2 pi, and the radius for that is going to be 2. The radius for the smaller circle is going to be 2 over here because all of this is 4. So by simplifying this, you can get the circumference, I mean the perimeter of the whole shape. Now, when you move on to this one, to the ninth question, if you cut out this part and you paste it here, you see this would be something like this. Okay, so when you have to find all this area, so this means you will have to find the area of the bigger semicircle out of area of the smaller semicircle. Now you need to know that what are the radii for this. The radius for the large semicircle is going to be 3, okay, and this is going to be 1 plus 1. So this radius is going to be 1 over here, okay. So it's 1 1, and this is going to be 1. So altogether this becomes 3 here, okay. So that is how the area over here in this ninth question, the area would be the large semicircle, that is going to be half into pi into its radius is 3, minus half into pi into the smaller. Okay, you can put these values into your calculators, or if you want to simplify, this is going to be 9 pi by 2 minus pi by 2. That is 8 pi by 2. So this is going to be 4 pi. That is the area. And then for the circumference, for the perimeter, guys, the perimeter of this ninth question would be, you have, first of all, half the circumference of the bigger circle. Okay, this is half C1, and this is going to be half C2. This is another half C2. This is another half C2. So you have the perimeter as half of C1 plus 3 halves of C2. So this gives you half into 2 pi r. The radius is 3 plus 3 over 2 into 2 pi, and the radius is 1. So if you simplify this, you get, this is cancelled by this. You have 3 pi plus 3 pi. So that is going to be 6 pi centimeters. This is centimeter square if the unit was to be centimeter. Okay, guys, I've tried to make these to tell you people that how to find the area and the perimeter of the shapes which have circular regions in them. Okay, I hope you understood it.